Most circular saws are designed for standard framing, but this thing is built for a completely different league of construction. When you first lay eyes on it, the sheer size of that 16-inch blade is honestly a little intimidating. It is not your average tool for cutting plywood sheets. This is a specialized piece of equipment meant for heavy-duty timber, specifically those 6x beams that usually require flipping the wood over and making two separate passes. With this, you just set it down and go through the whole thing in one clean, confident stroke. It is a massive time saver if you're working on timber framing or heavy landscaping projects. What stands out immediately is the build quality. It is made almost entirely of magnesium, which is a smart move because if this were made of steel, it would be impossible to lift. Even with the magnesium, it is still a heavy piece of gear at over 27 pounds. You definitely feel that weight when you are maneuvering it, but that heft actually helps keep the saw planted firmly against the material. It doesn't dance around or vibrate excessively, which is exactly what you want when you are making deep, high-stakes cuts. The footplate is die-cast and feels incredibly rigid, so there is no flex or wobble to worry about when you are trying to stay on your line. Under the hood, the motor is a 15-amp dual-field design. The way it handles the load is impressive. It doesn't bog down or whine when it hits thick, dense wood. It just powers through with a consistent, steady hum. It stays surprisingly cool even after a long session, which is a nice touch because overheating is usually the first thing that kills a saw on a big job site. The blade that comes in the box is perfectly capable, though like any tool, you will eventually want to swap it out for something more specialized depending on the finish you need. Now, here is the reality of using something this large. It is not a tool for everyone. Because of its size and weight, it is a bit of a beast to store, and it is definitely overkill for standard residential framing. You are going to feel it in your arms after a few hours of work, and you need to be comfortable handling a tool that has this much torque. It is also a bit of a niche item, so if you aren't regularly cutting thick timber, it might just end up taking up a lot of space in the shop. But for the specific jobs it was designed for, it is hard to imagine a better way to get the work done. It is a specialized, heavy-duty workhorse that does exactly what it promises without any fuss. If you have a stack of 6x lumber waiting for you, this is the tool that makes that job feel like a walk in the park.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.